Partners, we're back. We got a builds video today for our latest Tempest Trial prize hero. So, of course, I'm talking about Zelkov from the Christmas Tempest Trial. Pretty long-awaited character for a lot of people. I know a lot of people like this guy a lot in Engage, myself included. I actually benched Yunaka for this guy, which, looking back, wasn't really the best idea. I could have benched somebody else, because Yunaka wasn't really a unit that fell off. But, I mean, just pound for pound, thief for thief, I thought Zelkov was overall better. So, yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at this guy, see his stats, his skills, possible builds, and so on and so forth. So, of course, his stat line right here, we've got 40 HP, 44 attack, 49 speed with a super boon, and then we got 40 defense and then 26 res. So he's got pretty solid defense and attack and speed. Those are his main focal points, and then res isn't really the craziest. It's not like a complete dump stat, like we're talking sub 20, but it's not really going to win him any awards, and it does limit the amount of skills he could run. Like, I don't want to recommend skills like Discord or Havocs on him. Even though they're pretty good skills, they wouldn't really do much with his res being that low. Overall BST is 199, and scoring is a little hectic to calculate right now, because there are two things going on. First of all, the arena score calculator made by Arctic Silver Fox is not being updated anymore. So I can't really use that as a reference point. And also, we have the enforced hero, not enforced heroes. What are they called again? The chosen heroes. They got too many different names for all these different heroes now. I can't even remember which is which. But yeah, the chosen heroes give a special blessing to characters that essentially give them a dual skill. So, like, scoring, natural scoring right now isn't really as mandatory and important as it used to be. But you're not always going to have a chosen hero blessing available, because they are seasonal locked, and then also you can only give them to one unit at a time. So natural scoring is still a little important. Zelkov would actually score tie with this bum ass over here, Cyril, who, even though he's one bin lower in BST scoring, he still makes up for it by having a preference weapon, and unfortunately Zelkov does not. So Cyril and Zelkov are in the same bin, and Cyril has already honestly fallen off in terms of just straight up arena scoring. So if you want to build a ranged unit for arena, your choice right now is Grommel. He's essentially a ranged unit. He's got the range style, so yeah, there we go there. Unfortunately for Zelkov, he doesn't score high enough without the chosen hero blessing, that is. He has a really good inheritable weapon, though, Winter Trinket Plus, for unit and allies in 3 rows or 3 columns centered on unit. He's giving all stats up 5, and then -1 cooldown before unit or allies first attack, which would count for the drive buff. And then he also gives drive null follow-up as well. So just a really good support weapon there for all your units. And then you deal 20 flat damage, and then you get 20 flat DR from the foe's attacks. All of their attacks, not just their first attack. And then we include Dagger 7 as well. So one of the better inheritable daggers for sure. And he's going to have a build that's going to utilize this. And then as far as passives go, he comes with Luna. We got attack and speed finish 3, very good. And then speed and defense tempo 3, again, which is very good. Where were these passives back in the day when these were meta skills? Like, we couldn't get these on free-to-play units back then, like 4 years ago when it would have mattered. But now these are like bargain bin skills anyway. These aren't really going to do you much good now. Unless, like, even the level 4 variants of these two skills aren't really that crazy anymore. So, there we go for all that stuff. Now, the closest unit to compare him to is the Summer Fogato, who we got earlier this year. He's also a dagger unit that is... He's lacking a preference weapon. Now, they are different movement types, though. Zelkov is an infantry type, while Fogato is a cavalry type. So they are going to have access to some different skills, but in terms of statistics here, Zelkov loses out on attack by a little bit. It's only by 2 points. And then he beats Fogato by 1 point on speed, which, again, is pretty marginal. That's not like that big of a difference. They both have super boons on speed. But defense is where Zelkov really kills him. He's got 41 defense, and then Fogato's got 28. So what is that, like a 13-point differential on defense? It's pretty big, especially if you're running a weapon like Jehanna dagger, where you want to have enough bulk to survive the enemy's counter and then get to your next attack so you can just clap them pretty hard with the reflect damage. So overall, Zelkov, I would say, is probably our best free-to-play dagger unit to build up right now. Okay, now let's go ahead and take a look at the builds. Starting, of course, with the Winter Trinket build, which, like we talked about earlier, is a pretty good weapon. I feel like Comet is his best special. I mean, Comet, for most of the units that can run Comet, it's probably just going to be their best special, unless they have color and they can run Arc Rival. This guy is a non-colored unit, so having Arc Rival on him, you're not going to be able to get the full efficacy of Arc Rival. I've got Hex Edge on this build, which, if you're in 3 spaces of a magic ally with either a Tome, a Stave, or Dragonstone, then he's going to get Anathema support, and then he gets attack and speed up 7. He gets +2 to all stat, or +2 to attack and speed, and then he also gets one other effect. Hold on. I actually completely forgot what it was. I think it's null follow-up, right? I can't just search for Hex Edge. Okay, yeah, I guess I can't just search for Hex Edge. I'm pretty sure it's... Is it null follow-up? I guess it's not null follow-up. It's just Anathema and then the stats, right? Yeah, kind of... Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, so we're back. I had to pause the video for a moment there. So we pulled up Hex Edge, and it gives you Anathema to yourself. It would have been nice if you gave that to allies as well. But you're getting attack and speed up 7, 5 flat damage, and then also cuts the enemy's pierceable DR by half there. So just because of the Anathema effect giving speed, defense, and res -4 on the enemies, and then also the extra damage you're getting and the attack and speed, this ends up being a little bit better than Sly Swift Sparrow. So that's why we're going for that one. The skill that I was thinking of that gives you null follow-up is Waylay, which is also a dagger skill. Then we've got Execution Breath, which is a 400 SP assist, or 400 SP passive skill that you can run. So a lot more units are gaining access to this now. It's not just dragon units that have high Dragon Wall superiority. So yeah, Execution Breath, pretty good for scoring, and then it's also just, in general, a pretty good skill. It's basically just a big brother upgrade to... What was it again? Assassin Strike was the B skill for physical. So that's pretty good. And then Active Lookout here, I feel like the Lookout skills are pretty much a must if you're running a dagger unit, because they give you Canto 2, and then they let you do distance swap on an ally after combat, which is very, very good. Just good for a bunch of positioning antics and so on and so forth. We got the Lin Ring on him, by the way. I don't think I mentioned his ring yet. So he does have a couple of good options for the ring. Corrin Ring is just like the best ring straight up, so any unit would be good with that. Lin Ring, of course, he's a ranged unit, so he can hit from 5 spaces away. Micaiah Ring, I would steer away from on him, because after he uses the assist or the rally, he's going to get gravitied, so you probably don't want that to happen. Marth Ring could be pretty good if you're running a high-cost special and you want to just get to it a little faster. Ike Ring is bad. Ike Ring is like the worst ring. Celica Ring could also be pretty solid on him. Lets him warp in. It's like pick or choose between Celica Ring or Lin Ring. If you want to move in and attack the enemy with Celica Ring, that could be better. Or if you want to attack from a standstill, the Lin Ring could be better. Just keep in mind, Celica Ring can be blocked by enemies that have Warp Bubble. So the Lin Ring is probably just going to be more consistent. Sigurd Ring, pretty good. Especially if you're not going to run Active Lookout or any of the Lookout skills, because then he's just getting Canto for free and then also +1 movement. And it could still be good just in general, just for the +1 movement. And then Erica Ring, probably not. He's not going to get Brave Attacking from that, so stay away from that one. So there we go for the rings. And then for the Tempo skill, or for the Echo skill, rather, there's a couple of options as well. On this particular build, I think Tempo is probably the best, because we're getting special cooldown charging from Execution Breath, and then Tempo would nullify the enemy's guard. So it gives us a better chance to get to our Comet. Also, Active Lookout has Desperation. So in a perfect world where the enemies don't have Tempo themselves, or they don't have like Hardy Bearing or something, we can just attack all willy-nilly, get to Comet, and then blow the enemies up. So Tempo Echo for this build, but he does have a lot of other options, like Times Pulse Echo is good, Sly Echo is good. Lull Echo is good. Guard Echo could actually be pretty good too if you're running the Jehanna dagger build. So that's the first one. Here's the second one. This one we're going for Jehanna dagger. So Comet again, this time with the Celica ring, just to show off a different ring, because Lin ring and Celica ring are just about equal. Attack speed waylay this time. This one is only for dagger units, but does give him null follow-up, which is a pretty good effect. Pair up is cracked. Like, this skill is nuts on just about anyone. It doesn't matter if you're a defensive or offensive unit. Pretty much anyone can use pair up really well. So pair up is great, especially with Jehanna dagger, where we want to be able to live at least one attack from the enemy to get the counter. And then Lookout Smog, again, a pretty good lookout skill. I would say it's actually slightly better than Active Lookout, because that one gives you Desperation, but if the enemies have Hardy Bearing, that's kind of a moot point. While Lookout Smog gives you more survivability. It gives you 7 flat DR on the enemy's first attack, and then it also inflicts the Scowl effect on them. So pretty good there. And then for the Sacred Seal, there's 2 options. I went with this one, Squad A CW3. It's the new one that has HP 6 and then attack and speed up 4. So the extra HP helps our bulk and helps Jehanna Lance get to the reflect damage effect. Whereas the other option would be Bonus Doubler, because you're getting essentially +6 to all stats with that one. But because lull effects are so common now, I feel like Bonus Doubler is just completely phased out, unless you're running Bonus Doubler with range on it, like from Fringe Bonus from Ectordeer, or one of those other effects. Like, I think Ashura has it, where she can gain the bonuses from her allies in 2 spaces. So unless you're doing something like that, Bonus Doubler itself is just a wash. And then Lull Echo, because we want to lower the enemy's attack while raising our damage, so that we can once again get to the counter on Jehanna dagger. So there you go for that build. And then finally, we have a AoE build. If you're going to run Arcane Sly Knife, which is probably the best arcane dagger at the moment, it does give you the option to go for a Blazing Special, because we are getting true damage augmentation on AoEs with this weapon. So could be good. Verge of Death just raises his raw attack and speed, and then also neutralizes penalties to those at the start of turn. Potent Disarm, pretty good for Aether offense specifically, where that's where I would recommend this build the most, because AoEs can certainly help out the most in there. And then you go ahead and you attack the enemies, and then you go for your active lookout, you swap somebody in, and then you're messing with traps. You can basically disarm 2 traps in one go with this guy on one turn there. So yeah, pretty good for Aether Raids. Again, Squad A CW3, you could go for Life and Death Seal as well, but it's only 1 more point to attack and speed, whereas this one is 1 less, but then you get the 6 HP and you're not tanking your defenses. So it's essentially just as good without the lack of survivability. And then Times Pulse Echo, just to get another cooldown charge for Blazing Wind. You want to make sure you can get that ready as quickly as possible. So yeah, there you guys go. Those are some 3 builds for Zelkov. All of them are pretty solid. I would say between the Winter Trinket or the Jehanna Dagger build is the one I would go for. Probably the Winter Trinket build, I would say, because it is giving ally support, which is really nice. Although the Jehanna Dagger with the reflect damage could actually out DPS this one depending on certain situations. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you guys think of Zelkov, and are you going to be building him? I would say if you like him as a character, he's definitely worthwhile. It's not like he's a wash. But in terms of scoring, if we're not talking about the Chosen Hero Blessing, then not really arena worthy, unfortunately. But it is what it is. So that's all for this one, guys. And I will catch y'all again on the flip side.